I think this would be the equivalent of my being a spokesman for Bally's Fitness, but maybe not. The president is going to be getting $400,000 to do a speech before Wall Street powerhouse. Not as big a powerhouse as Goldman Sachs, but Cantor Fitzgerald is still a big deal. I want to talk to liberal radio show host Ben Kissel, what he makes of that. It just seems a little odd. Ben, what do you think?
Well, I think Barack Obama gave this country hope for 8 years, and now he wants his change. This is nothing new for presidents to do. This is very...
Absolutely.
This is sort of the equivalent of a major league sports, major league athlete going into broadcasting, although major league athletes tend to take quite a pay cut when they go into broadcasting, as opposed to Barack Obama, who will be making the same amount in one speech as he did in 1 year of being president of the United States.
But you know, Ben, if you think about it, he had made such a point of targeting Wall Street more than any other sector, and from Dodd-Frank and so much else to sort of rein in abuse of Wall Street and the laws and protections, he said, had to be implemented to avoid another repeat of the meltdown. It just seems odd that the first opportunity, the first big check is coming, well, from Wall Street.
Absolutely, and it plays into a problem the Democratic Party is having right now with hypocrisy. Is the Democratic Party going to go the Tom Perez route, the Nancy Pelosi route, and choose more of the establishment brand, or are they going to go with your Keith Ellisons, with your Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warrens? This is why the Democratic Party hasn't been able to capitalize on all the turmoil within the Republican Party. You know, Donald Trump sitting at 40% in the approval ratings right now, which is lower than the last president who didn't win the popular vote. Of course, George W. Bush was sitting in the mid-50s at this time. The Democrats need to coalesce under a universal message, and this doesn't help them out at all.
All right, so as a liberal yourself, do you find it tarnishes Barack Obama's reputation, or is there such a history with presidents who, you know, score big speaking dates that it really doesn't matter from whom the money is coming? It's just that a lot of these guys leave office, you know, not very wealthy, but in short order, extremely wealthy.
Well, I think it's a misnomer that they don't leave office wealthy. $400 a year, or $400,000 a year for 8 years, and of course all of their expenses are taken care of.
But that started with Barack Obama, that up the $400,000 figure. Before that, it was half that, right?
So this does tarnish what he's attempting to do right now, because obviously he's back in the mainstream eye. He's giving eloquent speeches, as he always was able to do. It would be nice if the media narrative didn't immediately focus on the fact that he's receiving $400,000 from this Wall Street speech, as opposed to focusing on more of the universal message and trying to get a tangible, realistic platform for Democrats to have towards the middle of the country, which obviously is the base of support they had in the 90s that was decimated in the 2016 election.
You know what I realize, Ben, that when you hear Barack Obama speak, and I'm a Democrat, if I'm hearing that, I'm saying, well, we don't have anyone of his heft or smoothness or media savvy out there, at least yet. And, and does this reinforce that notion and actually hurt the party?
Well, the Clintons purged the Democratic bench for many, many years, obviously. Hillary Clinton felt she was entitled to win in 2016. The rise of Bernie Sanders coming out of absolutely nowhere was a shock to the Democratic establishment. So I agree with you to the extent that the Democratic Party, they are in desperate need of new leadership. Barack Obama, now that the Clintons are gone, the Obama family, I think, will be able to harness and cultivate some new talent.
Okay. Ben, a real pleasure having you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Ben Kissel.